President Biden heading off to California to rally for Governor Newsom, fighting for his political life ahead of tomorrow's recall.
That's right. There you see Marine One headed for Andrews, where he's going to get on the big 747. Here with his final pitch to voters as the recall election wraps up tomorrow, California gubernatorial candidate and Republican frontrunner out west, Larry Elder. Larry, good morning to you.
Morning. How are you?
We're doing okay. So we just saw Joe Biden. He's in Marine One. He's heading your way. Why does Gavin Newsom need him?
Well, the reason Gavin Newsom needs him is because he's done a lousy job as governor. By the way, a lot of people have weighed in. Barack Obama has weighed in. Bernie Sanders has weighed in. Senator Warren has weighed in. And they never say the following magical words. Gavin Newsom has done a good job for the people of California. They can't defend his record on crime. They can't defend his record on homelessness. They can't defend his record on the way he ignored science and shut down this state while his own children were enjoying in-person private education, while he was sitting up there at the French Laundry ignoring the masks and the social distancing mandates that the very people who drafted the mandates were sitting there with him. He can't defend his record on the fact that people are leaving California for the first time in our state's 170-year history. They can't defend his record on fire management. They can't defend his record on the fact that we're having rolling brownouts. They can't defend his record on the fact that we are running out of water because we haven't added to our water infrastructure system in about 40 years. They can't defend his record on anything. So none of these surrogates coming from outside California have uttered the following words. Gavin Newsom has done a good job for the people of California.
Yeah, it would be really hard for anyone to say that. I mean, I lived in California. The degradation of that state under his leadership is really quite apparent. You know, Larry, I'm really curious about, I know you've been working hard, and it looks like, you know, the fact that they're bringing in these big names, they are threatened by you and your candidacy. I'm worried about fraud. You know, when they found that meth addict with 300 ballots in his the trunk of his car, are you hearing any other stories like that? And how worried are you that that might be part of this election?
I am worried about fraud, and we have a election integrity project all set up on my website, electelder.com. But I'll tell you something else they're worried about. They're worried about the fact that yesterday, Rose McGowan, the actress who accused Harvey Weinstein of rape, says that she received a phone call from Gavin Newsom's wife on behalf of Harvey Weinstein's lawyer 6 months before the story blew up. And Gavin Newsom's wife asked Rose, quote, "What can we do to make you happy? What can we do to make this story go away?" Close quote. It is a bombshell, and so far, Washington Post, nothing. CNN, nothing. Can you imagine if that accusation had been made against me because during the campaign I was accused of sexism? I would be talking about this from now until the day I die. But among the mainstream people, nobody seems to give a rip. That is a bombshell accusation that Gavin Newsom's wife called Rose McGowan 6 months before the Harvey Weinstein story blew up on behalf of Harvey Weinstein's lawyer and said, "What can we do to make this story go away?" And the mainstream media doesn't seem to care. Pourquoi?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, it's shocking, too, that a woman in a gorilla mask would try to throw an egg at you. Thankfully, she has such a bad arm and so unathletic, she missed it. And all and they don't talk about it, they don't put it in the LA Times. I mean, it's unbelievable that that's not a story. Then you can have your opinion person say whatever they want to say, but that's news. And it's ridiculous news, but it's news. Real quick.
Brian, it is news, and the LA Times referred to me as the black face of white supremacy. And you're right about this woman that threw an egg at me. She's wearing a gorilla mask. I would be tempted to call it not even a mask, but I'd be called sexist if I said that. But maybe she's one of the 20,000 convicted felons that were released early under Gavin Newsom. Maybe she's one of the people that should be behind bars, but for the DA out here in L.A. who was supported by Gavin Newsom, who has not been charging criminals to the fullest extent of the law. Maybe she'd be in jail. But you know, again, if this were a D at the end of my name, they'd be talking about the fact that a white woman in a gorilla mask threw an egg at a Democrat candidate for governor. They'd be talking about this in Bangladesh.
Yeah, you know, they definitely have a special ire for conservatives who happen to be minority. And you're definitely experiencing that, Larry. Well, we wish you the best of luck in this recall election. It's going to be historic. And we thank you for joining us this morning.
See you in Sacramento.
All right, yeah. See if he's going to shock the world.